Now, working with patterns is going to be a little different than how we've been working up to this point. So, Command N, new document, and jump over to Web and choose Web Large, 1920 by 1080. And we can just call this, because that's what this is. These are going to be experiments. We get 1920, this is pixels, not inches. Because we're in web, we get pixels automatically. RGB, all this is good with one artboard. That's just fine. Hit return, and we get our, well, let me hit Command minus so I can see what I'm doing here. Again, you have to make sure your layers are here. You should be working with a custom workspace that you set up. And if your layers aren't visible, then you need to fix your custom workspace so they are visible. But if your layers aren't visible and you're in a custom workspace, you haven't been following instructions. And if you're in Essentials or some other workspace, you haven't been following instructions. So yours doesn't have to look like mine, but you need to be following along. Okay, this bottommost layer, I call these elements, And then we'll make another layer, and we'll call this pattern preview, and hit return. And if you can't see this and you really want to see it, you can grab this and pull this over. You have to get that little double-headed arrow. See how it switches when you get right to the edge? And then you can see what you're doing. And we could call this pattern elements if we wanted. Now, we're going to leave this pattern elements empty right now. And the pattern preview, want to get the rectangle tool, and we want a white fill with no stroke. See that? No stroke, white fill. No stroke, white fill. Come up to the corner. Hey, look, what do we have on? That's right, smart guides are on. So we can cover this perfectly. And now we have a white background that we are going to use to preview our patterns on, that we're going to hide, and then move down to the pattern elements, where we'll begin in the next video.